I was going to say we were just going to like yank down another repressed message before I hit record. And then as I hit record, my brain said, don't believe everything you see. And then this Four of Wands came out. I don't think this is about love, but I mentioned in another reading that there's sort of this theme there, this sort of love theme, obviously with this Four of Wands and this, for God's sake, lovers that came out. And now we've got don't believe everything you see out there on the table. Okay, so I just thought this was interesting. This is like the Three of Wands. I can only see two wands. My hand's kind of on top of the wand, so it sort of probably blended in with the card. But what I saw was that he sees a boat. Like the Three of Wands, a lot of times is like your ship's coming in. Like the Two of Wands, I feel like is waiting. Sometimes the Three of Wands does come out to me as waiting, because I feel like you're still waiting for your ships to come in. Like you see them, but they're not on land. You're watching them come in. But I said, don't believe everything you see. And here's this ship on this card. So I see a marriage, and I see lovers, and I see this ship coming in. And this is just starting to look a little bit like, you know, the things that somebody might want in a, I was going to say in a relationship, but I kind of meant for their life. Like all the things that you would list if you wanted. The car, maybe the boat, you know, love, marriage, you know, on the other, no, I think that's the Ten of Cups. There's like a house. Yeah, this really does look like kind of like a ceremony to me. So like I feel like we want to live together. We want to combine, but we also want love. We don't just want marriage, right? I'm not necessarily saying that's boat, but somebody could be affiliated with boats, and so that's why that's coming up. You know, I feel like we don't want toxicity in our situation. So I got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. 4, 5, 6. The Hermit upside down. And then the Hierophant. I'm just going to leave the Hierophant on the end. I'm not going to move them to that 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that as an extra card on this row. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull the other row. So I see like wanting to leave behind toxicity. Look at this Chariot again. I see the Knight of Pentacles a lot of times comes off to me as like no movement, but I see us wanting to move, I'm not sure to what or away from what necessarily. We are facing the Hermit, but the Hermit is in reverse. Oh my gosh. The Hanging Man is back. 4 of Swords under the Chariot. I'm just trying to see if something flipped over. Oh my gosh, wow. Things are just like, sliding across the table onto the floor. We got this, and another one. Sorry, I had to catch that one with my legs. Okay, so that's Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups underneath the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. 3 of Pentacles underneath the Devil in reverse, and the Ten of Swords underneath the Hermit, with the 7 of Swords underneath the Hierophant, and the Hermit upright with the Ten of Cups in reverse. Let's go back real quick to don't believe everything you see. Let's pretend that the marriage is a sham, and the love is a sham, and the boat isn't even mine, and the car, you know, it's hers or whatever. We want to leave behind toxicity. We're not moving. I think we're supposed to stop isolating, but we're not. I was gonna say I'm not isolating. You know, sometimes when I'm doing this, I'm channeling, right? I'm always channeling. But on top of that, it's really hard for me to not channel from the perspective of whoever this is happening to. So a lot of times I'll use words like we or I, and this has been going on since I started this channel like 3 years ago. so if I speak that way, if I'm talking about them, I'm just talking about the person who this reading is for, because I keep slipping back into we, and I think it helps a little bit too, because I'm already feeling the emotions. So I was going to take this as like, because the hermit is like isolating physically, but I'm taking this as not like we're supposed to stop isolating, but it's not physically, okay? So we have this chariot here, and then we have the star, and then we have the hanging man. Last time he came up, it was in a really odd meaning. He wasn't thinking or anything. He might be, if we're not supposed to believe everything we see, you could be actively watching what's going, like trying to. When I first started seeing energy, I had to ask myself in order to like keep myself sane, what am I looking at? Like I had to decipher it, because sometimes it just looked like a cartoon. Just gonna leave that there. So anyway, so we got this Four of Swords here. Like I kind of feel like this is healing that we thought we had done, or maybe we thought we were healing. And then I feel like this Three of Pentacles is, it's coming off when it's upright like this. It doesn't really come off like this, but because it's this card, I feel like it is, and I feel like it's like bad friends. This Knight of Cups, what are you doing, dude? You kind of look like you're like the happiest thing on this table right now. Romantic, lover, possible player, Prince Charming, proposal, true love, trustworthy. Knight of Cups underneath the Knight of Pentacles, upside down. I can't tell if this is you who's not supposed to believe everything that you're seeing, or if this is a person that's coming towards you. We have the Chariot on the table twice. And I don't see another interfering party. Unless this person's getting in their own way, which is a possibility. It's not 100% on the table. And then for some reason, I'm picking this card, this extra card on the top row here. Sometimes I pick it up as like rules and different stuff, and I'm sort of picking it up like God. Let's pull the third row. I'm going to turn these towards me so that I can just look at them upright in front of me and see what is missing here. Okay, so we have the Victory card over the Four of Wands and the Chariot. Got Temperance in reverse on top of the Star and the Lovers. Ships and the Hangman with the dang Hermit upside down again. Do we have the Hermit on the table 3 times? Maybe just twice. Oh no. He's there 3 times. Hermit in reverse on top of the Hanging Man and the Three of Wands. That's a little funny. And we have the Hermit in reverse on top of the Ten of Swords. And then I have the Hermit upright with the Seven of Swords and this Ten of Cups. The Seven of Swords. And the Devil on top of the Chariot and this something's funny. Two of Pentacles on top. Yeah, the Devil again. So 2 of Pentacles on top of this funny 3 of Pentacles and this Devil in reverse. And this Ace of Wands on this Knight. This guy, we like this guy. I don't know what's up with him. Yeah, that was upside down. Yeah, we do have the Lovers, but don't believe everything you see. This is weird. This is like the last reading that I did. It was in different like words, and it was kind of like saying like, that this person that like left wasn't good for you, or like you knew like when you loved somebody basically that wasn't worthy of that. This is kind of like that. This is kind of like you saw all this stuff that you thought people have when they have like good stuff, how did I put it in another reading? You thought you were winning. Like winning at the game of life. And then, this might not have happened yet. You're not supposed to believe everything you see. I'm hearing House of Cards. What? Okay, we do have treachery. It is on the table. And this devil is, I keep saying, it's like they're hiding, but they're out in the open. Like, you can't see it, but he's definitely prominently there. Smiling at you. Right? We have Chariots. I mean, this person could have left. And it was almost like we refused to see. We still was carrying the passion. We're solid. You know, we're not paying attention. We got this ton of sword. Literally the swords are in our back. And I feel like we're still carrying a torch and then this ton of cups upside down, which I was talking about the cups earlier, or the Four of Wands maybe. The other ton of cups has a house on it. Okay, this does not seem like this is 100% closed itself out yet. So it's a possibility that the message itself is don't believe everything you see. How many minutes did it take for us to get that? 12? We said it in the beginning, don't believe everything you see. And 12 minutes later, we're like, don't believe everything you see. Something might look real good. See, I hate this message because, oh, there's a card flipped over in my deck. I was just about to put it away, and this blue was peeking at me through this. Just gonna make sure there's no more, but I doubt it. Oh, shit. Yeah, I was just gonna say I hate this message because I don't like to, I mean, I'm okay looking at the future or whatever, and yeah, you know, you figure out, you get the message, and then you make decisions, and that's the reason why we say, you know, don't viciously rearrange your life on a tarot card reading, because, you know, I tell you tomorrow you're gonna get hit by a truck, and then you start staying away from trucks, and then a year later you get hit by a truck, and it's like, I told you, like, but it could have changed, but we sort of changed it, or we changed it for a while. You know, tarot card readings are like that. Energy is like that. Energy is like that. And so I feel like this heartache was waiting to pop. It was hiding in the deck, and it was like waiting to pop out on these extra cards here with this Hermit and this Seven of Swords and this Carrying Connections upside down. Because you're like living life. You think you got friends. You think you're like, you don't need to heal, or you healed. So you got this like great thing. And you figure, you know, you think like you did good. Like you're kind of like, oh, I did everything right. Like I'm satisfied. I'm comfortable. I'm confident. I've got support. You know, I've got love. I've got, you know, a awesome counterpart who's helping me go places. And I kind of feel like I'm staring at this boat that's coming in, but it doesn't actually come in. I mean, I feel like we're waiting for our ships to come in. I think we might have been a little bit thrown off by a situation. We might have given up a little bit of power. Somebody might have come in acting like they, you know, they really cared, they wanted to handle stuff, and then we sort of let them, and then we lost some control over something, either some assets or some children, or yeah, it's upside down, but I don't take that as like we're not bound. I take that as we gave up that control, because where is he? Yeah, we are bound. What's he under? The Hermit upside down, and this waiting for our ships come in card, like I said. It's almost like the ship can't come in past the break wall. Like, it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm sorry, we're too big. And you're like, what? I called you. Told you to come get me. something's not coming through, or somebody's not showing up, or something's happening, and it might look like something else. Yes, here we go with our boys' happy family upside down. You don't need cards to tell you what this is. You really don't. You see some things, but I think crown's not really on the table, but I kind of feel like it looks funny to you. We've got enough hermits, and that devil. I feel like that devil can be seen. If you look for him, you can be, and of course, if you always look for him, he can be seen. But this hiding devil, he's not hiding. He might be hiding because you're not acknowledging him. He's just sitting in the shadows laughing at you. Might have even seen it and got scared and been like, oh crap, that's not there. It's like I'm not seeing energy. Sorry. Now I'm having a deja vu. I don't know if I made that comment in this reading or the other one, but it doesn't matter. The readings are a little bit the same, except for this is kind of like this hasn't really happened yet, or you're just not seeing it, or you just haven't decided what you see. You aren't totally 100% figured out. Sometimes when there's treachery and we're not treacherous, we have a hard time like what is that? Like I see it, but I don't know what word to put on it because I don't do that. So I don't know what's happening. Like I might feel like I'm not supported, but I don't know that there's treason or treachery or whatever you want to call it. You know, I just think you're not showing up. I'm just letting you show up. I made the comment the other day that when you know, you are unconditional and you come in unconditionally, you love people unconditionally, and part of that is letting them be who they are. So you don't necessarily see, this was upside down, when they're like not authentic, because I guess to a certain degree when we come in like that, we're not really asking them to be authentic. We're not asking them for anything. And that's why we always talk about on this channel how you need to pick and choose how you like select people. Because if you're going to come in and you're going to be unconditional and you're going to love them unconditionally and you're unconditionally not going to govern their behavior or their whatever, then you need to make sure that you pick someone who's unconditional. This is programming. Someone might have told you that you needed to pick a certain thing, and when you picked it, you didn't see the fault in that. And then this is all in a golden afternoon. It was upside down, so usually that means that there's some treachery, there's something that's going on, and it kind of sometimes will end all at once. Or sometimes we think it's awesome, which is what I'm picking up here. We think it's awesome, and it's not. And then when we get hit with it, we were like, it was so beautiful. It was like the best times, the worst times. Growing up, upside down. We, for some reason, think that we can sit on our laurels and have this wonderful, beautiful thing, and we've, you know, mastered life. And sorry, I probably hit my microphone. This is the right way upside down, so that the universe is saying, no, the fun has just begun. And you might need to look a little deeper, investigate, as to what's really going on, because it's on the table. It might be hiding. Three of Swords was hiding. Devil was hiding. Right? These guys weren't in any ruly row. They just kind of came out, right? This hermit that contradicts these other two hermits. Don't forget, we do have the Ten of Swords. I think that in this particular situation, sometimes we're in stuff and we have no control. I think to a certain extent we have 100% control of this situation. I think we wanted to end tomorrow. We could. We totally could. You can't go back to yesterday. It was kind of upside down, and that kind of, to me, goes along with what I was saying. Like when you're not supposed to believe everything that you see, a lot of times you've already lost control. I think I already said you gave it up if you lost any kind of control. But that's why I'm saying for this point, when you can't go back to yesterday, you could put things back the way they were before this person or this situation like ever occurred. You could just make it happen. Like if you were just cold as ice and you didn't have, there's lovers on the table. If you didn't have a love for somebody somebody and you were just like, you know, thank you, next, you could get rid of that person, end this situation, start a new situation just like it, if that's what you wanted to do. I feel like that's on the table. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes the universe is like, well, I'm just gonna let you sit in this and da 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 da. But I feel like God is saying, hey man, I gave you free will, use it. Right? You want to be stuck in this? Do you want to be stuck in this? Do you want to be stuck in this? This, pick your poison, right? You don't have to. If it's a situation that can be fixed and there is levers involved and there's stuff going on, but the person, you know, whatever's, maybe somebody's letting somebody else, you know, mess stuff up. And if it's fixable, then I would say, and you want to fix it, I would say go ahead and fix it, right? We're not talking about necessarily ending anything. We're saying you can. Like I said, sometimes there's like a, you can't end it, or it has to, you know, you're going to sit in it forever. Like, I don't see any of that here on the table. So I kind of feel like you're going to be in it for as long as you want to be in it. And I also kind of feel like you could get what you want to get out of it. So if you're with somebody that you truly do love and you want things that they're not giving, or it looks like they're giving it but they're not, and then you find out that they're not going to give it, you can move to another situation. That lover will, you know, show up the way you want them to show up, and they'll bring what you want them to bring, and you can have it. You don't necessarily have to have it with this person. If you want it with this person, I believe you can have it with this person, but it depends on why you can't believe everything that you see. Is there treachery? We do have 7 of Swords. Or is it someone else's treachery? Can we get rid of that person? You know, sometimes when it's a family member, we can't, but you know, we can also operate in a way where we're not listening to every single stinking thing they say. Come on, man. It's like when your aunt tells you to dump your boyfriend, but your aunt's not married. All right, you know what, Auntie, you want to school me on how to make cookies, you go ahead and do that. But when you get in a relationship, then tell me how to break up, right? You can make your own call here. But, you know, I feel like the Chariot's on the table a couple times. Yeah, you're going to have to move. You don't have to move now. You got some hermits. You can figure it out, but you're going to have to move eventually. Otherwise, I think this is going to become more uncomfortable depending on what the situation is. And that's about as specific as they're going to let me get on this. So keep that in mind. Until next time.